We already live online, I think.
When I was like 14 or 15, I didn't really have much of a social life in real life. So actually most of my life back then was spent online. And I would play these online games. I would play online role-playing games. There was a game called Neverwinter Nights, which was a game based on Dungeons and Dragons. It had what was called persistent world servers. So you'd had up to like 40 or 60 people online at the same time. And it was like a whole sub-community of people with like lots of different like factions and drama, and actually I was more invested socially in that life than I was in my own like physical social life. And later on I played World of Warcraft, where it was the similar thing but on a larger scale. And a lot of people, you know, there you met people from all over the place, different ages, different nationalities, but it was very different back then because it was before Facebook and all of that stuff. So there was a degree of anonymity. Like, I don't know how any of these people looked. I just knew their names. I mean, sometimes I didn't even know their names, and there was something kind of interesting and sort of liberating about that. The fact that you could have these total strangers. I think as I've grown older and had more of a functional social life in person, and having lived these virtual worlds for many years when I was a teenager, I don't find them that charming. I find them actually quite isolating. There's a lot you don't get from not having proper face-to-face contact, from not having physical contact with people. And that didn't really dawn on me at the time, and how it was actually, in some ways it was helpful because it gave me a place with people who were like-minded, but it was also very isolating, and I felt very depressed at the time. And that's something I worry about now with the advent of social media as well. There's, let's say, degree of anonymity isn't there anymore, and I don't think we fully understand what the consequences are yet of the concept of living in virtual worlds. It's not something I'm particularly interested in. I've been there, and ultimately I didn't like it so much.
The Metaverse is absolutely hilarious to me because, quite frankly, I remember being younger, and during the, I had no social life. There was nothing going on in my life other than what was online. And then some of those, relationships progressed into friendships. And then I had some other friends that I made that were people that were as much of outcasts as I was. But I think that the most scary, seductive notion of something like a metaverse is the idea of having life exactly how you want it completely. And that whole idea scares the crap out of me. Because people they're already really comfortable with thinking that the world should be exactly as they want it. But the other piece of it too is the idea of what's the ups and downs of a world where everybody has everything the way that they want it, generally. How does that really work? And, with Metaverse, we're sort of, again, talking about, make it so everybody has it just the way that they want it all the time. And how do you interact with people if that's what your starting basis is? Because you're not gonna say there's the rockiness and the awkwardness of human interaction and the rockiness of people. You're gonna be basically stuck with this notion that everybody's going to look for everything being the same.
It's just a matter of, you're on the phone a lot during the day. I'm on the phone during the day a lot. And it's crazy to think about it, really. Now that I think about it, it's crazy how your brain perceives it, because it's still, everything is in your brain, everything's still in your brain, whether I'm looking at this beach right here or I'm looking at a screen of with a bunch of pictures and some text on it. It's all in my brain in the end.
So we spend a day wandering around town, heading up to the beach, and we've had this, interesting thing going on talking about the metaverse. And now we started the day at a beach that was built by Arne Jacobsen, who's considered a seminal, innovative architect for Denmark.
Yeah.
So here we are, and we have a discussion with 3 comedians, one who also happens to be an archaeologist, one who anthropologist.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Potato.
And then a civil engineer.
That's correct.
And me, who's a cybersecurity engineer. But we're all sort of...
And also, I am also Danish.
Yes.
And Arne Jacobsen was Danish.
Yes.
So that's a thing.
So there's a tie in there.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that the part that's interesting to me about it is that we're talking about relational spaces and people and, what sort of spaces and who we are and this sort of thing. So the big question I would have right off the bat for you guys is, if you're going to come up with an avatar, what type of avatar would you think of for yourself?
Like in a virtual world?
Yes. What sort of clothes would you want to wear? And
well, I've played a lot of games where I had to create an avatar, so I'm kind of over it. I think I would just make a dude that looked kind of like myself.
Would you have pants on?
Maybe sometimes.
Yeah, because
sometimes pants, sometimes not, depending on the day. Pants. Yeah,
okay. Because I've had a job where we were doing support for Asheron's Call, which was like one of the early
massively multiplayer online games. Yeah.
And one of the guys that I worked with would run around in the game with his character without pants on.
Yeah.
And so he's wandering up to people in the game and asking them, "Does it bother you that I don't have pants on?"
I mean, that's that sounds very normal to me.
Yeah. To wander up to people.
I mean, when I played World of Warcraft, people used to have have their avatars take their clothes off and pretend to have sex. So that was like a normal.
You could do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no animations for sex because that's not how it works. But you take your clothes off and then you type out elaborate erotic scenarios.
Who was doing this?
Everyone. Especially on role-playing servers. So the idea in role-playing servers is you're in character.
Hold on. Let's talk about World of Warcraft.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is that? Got the orc? Is it bestiality if it's like an orc in the...
I think they're still humanoids. So no, I don't think it's bestiality.
But is it their
It's interspecies. Or interrace.
So what's World of Warcraft?
Oh, well, so he was talking about Asheron's Call, which was a precursor... one of the other earlier massively multiplayer online role-playing games. So World of Warcraft is one of the biggest ones, and it has millions of people playing. It's you control a character, your character levels up, they get more abilities, more powers, you play with other people. But then there are role-playing servers so Warcraft is built on these stories back from these strategy games in the 90s. And they made up all this lore and stories about this world. And then if you're on a role-playing server, you play a character in this world, you immerse yourself, and you pretend when you're chatting with other people in the world, you meet them on the street, "Hello, good sir." And then,
Do you have to do stuff in there, like quests or stuff? Can you just be there?
You can just be there, but I mean, most people, do it for the gameplay, so the quests and getting more powerful. But on role-playing servers, some people will just roll up a character and start wanking. So
start wanking.
Well, start typing in a lot of crude things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they would it would tell what they're doing behind the computer, or is it I'm in real life?
No. You're typing it all out because there's no voice chat at this point. So you're typing /me, which then if you use the /me command, it would have in third person character name, etc. So /me takes his pants off. So then whatever your character's name is takes his pants off.
Yeah.
It just takes it physically in the game.
No, but that's just there's no necessarily correlation. Then you'd have to go into your inventory and take your pants off for there to be a visual effect. Yes.
Okay.
So there's no correlation between what you write and what's happening.
Then your pants would just suddenly disappear.
Only if you take them off.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is it's not like there's an action.
Yeah, exactly.
So
There's no action. It's like
they're gone.
it's like you take them out of the off and then into the inventory. So visually, it's just like poof, they're
gone. Yeah.
Yeah. So it happens on screen as well.
If you do it, if you on screen take them off. I can write takes his pants off, but not take them off in my inventory, and then I'm still wearing pants, and I'm a liar.
If we ever saw that in like a porn film, that would be pretty disturbing.
Yeah, like the clothes just like disappeared.
Disappear, snap.
Yeah,
be like
with like a gimmick.
Yeah.
That could be.
Now let's not jump to harsh.
It's the unusual, but it wasn't like disturbed me. It was the unusual.
And somebody might be really turned on by this, so I don't want to upset the fact that this is.
Maybe some people are turned on by instant. Like maybe people turned off by the taking off of clothes.
Yeah, they just feel that the tension goes away if they're doing that.
Yeah.
So it's basically they don't want that tension to be gone. They want to be able to just catch it.
Yeah.
It's like an immediate sort of thing, you know?
Yes. So yeah, these people, they would immerse themselves in characters and then,
Yeah.
and sometimes type out elaborate erotic scenarios.
Is there something where it would maybe feel just a little bit disconnected?
Sure.
I mean, like, it feels a little bit impersonal, maybe?
Yeah, but I mean, people do this with like the same partner for a long time or multiple partners, you know? Yeah. It's like it's like you're co-writing erotic fiction. It's like you're co-writing bad erotic fiction. If you think of like an erotic novel or erotic short story, it's like you're co-writing it potentially badly.
Why would you type that you're taking your clothes off and take your clothes off? Like, you just like, why'd you have to be like, /me take his clothes off, then takes his clothes off? Like, why?
I guess it's because
why would people do that?
Part of the erotic fiction is describing how they take their clothes off. So there's no detailed way to take your clothes off in World of Warcraft. But like, in order to enhance, I suppose, the illusion that something is happening, you type up, like they carefully, slide off like the clothes.
Yeah. And I think that part of what we're talking about with the new promise of the metaverse was this idea that the pants off thing will be a little bit more complex.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a better version of pants off.
Do you think that's the main reason for the metaverse to exist?
Maybe that's
to realistically take that pants off.
Realistically, that might be the real reason. It might be that the anonymity. It's like it used to be. People would maybe meet up in the forest or something like that
and take their pants off.
They'd screw in the forest, and there was places where people would,
dogging. Yeah.
But now it's the online.
Dogging. It's like having sex and like
I never heard that expression.
No, but we talk about the same thing, except for the fact that it's with descriptions. Well, in this case, if we talk about the newer version, it might just be like this animation.
Mm-hmm.
But part of your avatar would be like determining how you take your pants off, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So. And the thing about it is, even if you're not really good at taking your pants off, or if you're a little bit clumsy and strange looking, you can build your character to be able to do it really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
So what will the metaverse offer? Or this is the thing, right? The metaverse, that's coming. Everyone is talking like it's coming when it's there.
Well, we had Second Life about 20 years ago.
Exactly. What will Metaverse offer that is not there yet? Like, why will it be so special?
It's a better pants-off experience.
So, but non-facetiously, let's say, what are they? If you went to like a product person at Meta and asked them what are the features of Metaverse that makes it stand out, what would they say?
Probably. Well, they probably would try to say that they won't have anything like doggy.
Right.
And of course, that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, they want to make it sound like it's a PG experience.
They can't stop Nazis and terrorists on the platform. So how do they stop?
Yeah, but the same with World of Warcraft. They didn't intend for people to have like erotic encounters there, but people did anyway.
You have the QAnon people like going in and like attacking pizza places,
Yeah.
and they're learning that off of Facebook. So now here's you're gonna have this whole experience with the dogging thing and all that sort of.
Can I be honest? Can I be honest? I feel that this whole metaverse thing is designed, like in my opinion, to control, like to say that, okay, we're doing this. Like, we're offering this space for everyone to dog, to take their clothes off, to do whatever, when it's already there. It's like, it's the internet, right? You can, and it's just like, it's like trying, from my experience, someone trying to take improv, let's say, and trying to say, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah, this is our thing.
This is our thing.
We have to do it our way.
Yeah, or like everything has to be done like
somebody sets up a theater and says that this is the only place that you can do this, and this is the official place to do this, and that's the only.
I would say even one step above it. Like everything improv wise has to go
like Zuckerberg improv.
Zuckerberg is
the Eye of Sauron. Did you see that?
That was Sauron.
That was apparently his employees are calling him that affectionately. That's what he was. It's Eye of Sauron.
That's how you know you have Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah,
when you're.
That's affectionate.
Yeah.
What's something that you guys want to do when the metaverse comes out?
I'd prefer not to ever use it.
Even if you can wander around without pants on?
Yeah, like I said, I'm over the whole avatar thing. Like, I've played in virtual worlds so much when I was a teenager. I don't need that anymore. Like, I really don't want it. I want to be in the physical world.
So if Mark Zuckerberg or somebody came to you and said, that's nice, Trolls, but we want to get you into this again, what would he, what would he have to offer you to get you interested?
I don't know, a lot of money, maybe. I don't know. I was thinking actually maybe the metaverse would be more relevant if I'm really old and I can't do as much physically anymore.
Guess what? That's a ton of people.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can't even operate computers because they're confused and they.
But our generations will be able to.
But we have marijuana and we got all kinds of other stuff, so we're going to be really confused anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
And if we get psychedelics. Really, do we need the metaverse at that point?
What's the biggest problem with it? Why are we talking about this?
Because everybody is. That's the problem. We're getting it sort of shoved down our throat.
That's a bad reason. Like, what's the problem? What's the problem with the metaverse? What's the concern about it?
Loss of connection, I would say. I'm worried about anything that sort of drags us out of this, and not to mention on top of it, it's like, shouldn't we be comfortable with who we are and what we are instead of trying to run up into a place where we spend our time trying to create an alternate reality? Shouldn't we be trying to make our reality all right? Sort of like, I get this sense of that people, it's like when I see people have screens in the back of their car for their kids to watch movies while they're driving on the road. And I remember when I was a kid, one of the best things about being in a car was actually to look out the window and see what was in the scenery. Mm. And it's sort of like, instead of that, we're going to drag everybody into, hey, you're going to watch a movie or you're going to do this or that.
Right. And then instead, like when let's say you go home from work or whatever, and then instead of maybe like going out afterwards and connecting with people or like connecting with your partner, like in face to face, you go into the metaverse instead. Is what you think.
Yeah, that's the part that scares the crap out of me because I'm sort of going like, where does that line get drawn? Did it make sense to sort of say, okay, this is how much human interaction do we have that's reality versus, oh, I'm going to go put on my avatar.
Yeah, I would say from personal experience, like as a teenager, going to school and then going home and just playing these games was severely awful for my mental health. Like, it really damaged my ability to make contact, like face to face. and my ability to read body language and my really ability to connect with people like on a face-to-face basis really severely damaged it.
And the other thing that's been funny to me about it is the idea that living here in Copenhagen, I've talked to strangers a lot, and people will say, "No, you can't do that here." But there's a few tricks, and one of the big tricks is talk to old people.
Who says you can't do that?
Well, maybe that is difficult to
engage new people, but I mean, old people were always the people I could talk to because they were, always more like, I think maybe with a world of less entertainment, it was people were entertainment.
Yeah, getting
to know people around you and like chatting with random people. Whereas now kids, if you talk to younger people, it's not like they're they're animals that don't know what's going on when you start chatting with them on random. So it's pretty weird. But we don't know. So that's Metaverse, I guess.
I mean, the thing, I have I have a conceptual understanding of what the Metaverse might be or will be, but I don't quite yet understand what they will do with it. And I guess I'm curious to see what happens.
What do you think? Like you mentioned the mental health thing.
Yeah,
as being dangerous, but
it's for me personally.
What do you think could be good about it?
I don't know. I mean, so again, I know some people that enjoyed World of Warcraft, maybe because they had a severe physical disability, or maybe some of them had like crippling social anxiety, and it felt more like a safe space. I don't know. It can open up avenues for some people that might otherwise find it difficult to socialize. And maybe if you're really crippled by anxiety and going out in the physical world and meeting someone is too much, maybe it's easier to take a step where you can easily step out of it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there can be potential advantages to it.
Yeah. You can still use Second Life?
It still exists.
Yeah, I think if you find some people, it still is running because there's a few servers out there, but it's not
what it used to be.
Yeah, and you still have stuff like even oh god, what is it? The one that's the Lego looking thing.
Minecraft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Minecraft, and that's the one that Microsoft bought out, right?
Yeah, they bought it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They bought out
Emoji. That one was an hilarious story because that was it was funny because there was that was a really strange story if you think of the fact that the guy who sold it suddenly was worth like $8.5 billion.
Yeah.
And he was wandering around talking about the social isolation of suddenly being worth $8.5 billion.
Yeah, he lives in like a huge house in Beverly Hills now.
Yeah.
With a shitload of money and no social skills.
Yeah, he tweets about how horrible his life is, how much he loved when he was just running a company and they were building this.
Yeah. I get the feeling that he doesn't have particularly well developed social skills. And he has a hard time connecting with people. And then since then he's getting paranoid because he feels most of the time when people interact with him it's because he has money and they want something from him. That isolates him even more.
Interesting.
So he lives in a massive mansion.
This was like Dave Chappelle when he said that when he got the $25 million for doing another season of the Chappelle Show, and he ran off to Africa and disappeared. Yeah. And people ask him, well, what happened? Did money change you? And he said, no, it just changed everybody around me.
Yeah. It's like the reason they say, like, you should never tell anyone if you win the lottery. You should, or be really sure that the people you tell will not try to rip you off. Yeah, because people, when money's involved.
Do you already know who you're going to tell if you win the lottery?
Yeah, I would tell my mom.
Right.
Because my mom is like a very selfless person who wouldn't. I would also tell my brothers.
Yeah, family.
Family, a very close family.
That's it? Is that it?
No,
With anyone else?
I have other people I would trust, but I would trust, I guess. I'm not too worried because I'm not worried about being exploited because I think I would just like people
It will sort of work from there.
shut people down. But I think if I won the lottery, I would not like go out on a huge spending spree. I don't think I would live much more extravagantly. Like I would maybe buy a slightly nicer apartment or something, but I wouldn't want like a huge.
Slightly nice.
Well, but I wouldn't want like a huge house. I think if I bought a huge house, I would like invite people to live with me there.
Yeah.
And make it like a communal space or something. But I don't think I would live much more extravagant.
Would you ever end up with a lifestyle that mimicked what you would have seen online?
Yes.
I hope not.
I don't understand
Like
that question.
wandering around, taking their pants off,
And like
and
typing it.
announcing to everybody, "I'm going to take my pants off now."
Yes. That would be interesting if life is like that. Yeah.
I mean, I've hung around some pretty freaky places, and I've never seen anybody like wander into a room and start saying, "Now I'm taking my pants off."
But even more like describing in detail how you're taking your pants off, like you're describing a scene from an erotic novel.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. He took his pants off slowly, sweat on his brow as he looked longingly into her eyes. Yeah, that would be a little creepy, slightly
I
creepy.
think I need to do that on some of my dates. If I've got a date coming up, I'm gonna.
If you want to really Hindenburg the date, like if you want to set out to,
I'm sorry. I think some of the women I date,
they would be into
they'd
it.
be digging it.
Okay.
They'd be digging it.
Or like it's just like you just collect data, you just try out the technique and see what the hit rate is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just sort of,
Yeah. Karl Peter took his glass. He lifted it to his mouth and took a sip of water. He then gave an intense stare into the eyes of the other person and set his glass down, maintaining eye contact. Like you're a narrator in in a book.
yeah. So that wouldn't seem creepy at all.
I don't know. Or maybe you hire someone.
Hire somebody to
you
do
have
it for
like
me.
me.
Yeah,
You have like
yeah.
me behind you in the restaurant, and I'm in third person describing everything you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just hate people that were there, like that claim things. I don't know. They make me anxious. I get
claim?
anxious. Yeah,
In what sense?
like
This claim means a lot of different things.
like with the metaverse, like
Right.
oh, I was there first. These kind of people, it's like so
Trying to
with
monopolize the space.
yeah, people who read trends. I guess I really hate those people who read trends.
Yeah.
I don't like those people
Yeah.
because I just don't like them. Like people who know the market,
Mm-hmm.
like the real estate.
Yeah.
I don't like those people. It's like, oh, I'm gonna buy an apartment here because I know what's gonna happen in the future. Like, why do you know that? Why? Why do you know that? Why? Why do you know that? Why? No, not why do you? Why is it only you that knows that?
What's your personal I mean, people sort of have to plan ahead a little bit. I mean,
But why don't I know that about this?
I guess so. These people are spending an inordinate amount of time and energy. I guess.
I'm watching
Doing
the trend.
but they know.
I mean, they have a crystal ball, obviously.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
tarot.
So there's people. I was in the search for an apartment.
Yeah.
I got an apartment. It's a rental. I was buying. I was considering it possibly after. Everybody knows. Like they tend to know. Oh, you're looking to buy an apartment? Oh yeah, it's a good time to buy an apartment now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
how do you know that?
I think that's also like people say that like.
Or they would say, "Oh, it's a bad time to buy an apartment now."
Yeah.
Why are you telling me that? And how do you know that?
I mean, I think sometimes it's like people regurgitate what others have told them. So like maybe I think that's happens a lot of the time, and then like someone tells me, "Oh, well, the market is good." Well, I trust you, so I guess the market is good now.
One night, I was bored one night in Seattle,
Mhm.
and I went into a place that I was somewhat of a regular at. And I walked up to the guy who was the door guy that I knew from different things. And I went ahead and I was just saying to him, okay, we're going to tell everyone in here that Tony Danza just died.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave him like $10 because I said Tony Danza just died. He's like, no, he didn't. And I'm like, here's $10. Tell everybody that Tony Danza just died.
What was your aim?
That's just trying to see how much I could take, and I could like feed a worm, like a brain worm, to people and see how much it was discussed. And so for the rest of the evening, I heard everybody talking about Tony Danza just dying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of like it was a golf club. It's like, what's the connection between like golf people at a golf bar listening to like industrial music and Tony Danza? It's like it's nothing. I mean, like, who's the boss? Who gives a shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is that, you know, it's something where
Who's the boss?
Yeah, exactly.
no, but I mean, that's the thing about it is it's like, it's just not of any interest, but people were talking about it.
Yeah.
Because it was just, ooh, somebody died. Ooh, that's big news.
Yeah. Even if, like, no one even cared who Tony Danza was.
Exactly.
They just knew he was famous and that he died.
Yeah. So, something to talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the metaverse. Maybe that's what it's about. It's the idea of it, even though it's somewhat of a idea that we've all tried and it hasn't really been working. And
That's another thing. It's like Second Earth or something like
Second
that.
Life, yeah, Second
Not
Life.
Second Life. It's like the whole surface of the Earth has been doubled.
Oh no, you're talking about what's the one that we were talking about? The guy that couldn't deal after he has $8.5 billion.
Minecraft?
Yeah, Minecraft. They did the whole Earth on that. Even Denmark was mapped.
But like that's the thing. You can buy pieces of land.
Second Life too. Yeah, Second Life. They were selling land.
Yeah, maybe there was another one where they did
No, Facebook. The new one that they've got, you can buy land.
like
too.
virtual real estate.
Yes,
Virtual real estate.
exactly.
Which used to just be a website that would be like the biggest piece of virtual real estate you would have, or the server or something. But like,
You press two buttons and you're from one place to the other, like no big deal. But there's virtual real estate.
Yeah.
And there's specific special
it's
locations.
like the virtual housing market is really good at the moment. You should buy now.
Why do you know that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, this is a bad time to buy a virtual apartment.
It's a little
They-
bit
that's
over
what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading that in the newspaper yesterday.
Yes.
Exactly.
There was a lot of like in my family, a lot of the men in my family, they would, I think, often make like these similar statements because it was like, you're supposed to, I don't know things.
What?
Like for example, like let's say my uncle at a family party, he would be like talking shit about things he knew nothing about, just because he wanted to be perceived as knowing about it. So it'd be like, the housing market is good or the housing market is bad. And then everyone else, oh yeah, the housing market is. So no one wants to be left out of the conversation. No one wants to seem like the odd one out or the one who doesn't know what's up. Because no one wants to admit ignorance. At least there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that really the reason why people don't want to talk about certain things?
Vulnerability.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it comes down to vulnerability.
Yeah.
You don't want to admit or reveal.
No, but I do like the idea, though, of basically a whole bunch of people having their predictions about everything in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And what goes around. It's inside knowledge that they have.
We used to call them seers, right?
I call them assholes.
Assholes. Imagine like it's a medieval village. It's like the 800s, like a Viking village. A seer comes to town and says like, "Oh, fishing season would be bad this year." Shut up, you asshole! How do you know that? How do you know
And
that?
not to mention, I mean, like James Randi. This guy comes out and like busts psychics for being all crap.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, I want to see Flaviu doing his psychic busting.
Yeah.
Like somebody's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the weather today is going to be like this, and you just walk in and are like,
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah, he's the guy, James Randi. He's like a magician who then he has like an award or prize for anyone who can prove under controlled circumstances that they have supernatural
Give $1
powers.
million if he can. If
And
nobody's ever-
in an environment that they can't like tamper with or pre-control, they have to prove that they have supernatural powers.
nobody's succeeded.
No one succeeded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's really know.
Darren Brown, I think, out of the
I think they did.
Yeah.
he's doing the same sort of thing these days.
Yeah.
He's been working on doing that because Randy's getting pretty old at this
Yeah,
point.
he's
but,
like pushing 90, I think.
yeah. But assholes.
Yeah, assholes.
Like,
Who know trends? Ass.
brokers? What are they? Brokers?
Yeah, stock
Speculative.
This is also the very
Speculate. People will speculate.
I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about like professions. I was thinking about like bullshit professions specifically, and there I found two methods to define whether a profession is bullshit or not.
what's that?
One is in the olden days whether anyone had a surname that was that profession. If that doesn't exist, it was a bullshit profession. Miller was not a bullshit profession. Like shoemaker was not a bullshit profession, but no one like had, I don't know, a politician as their surname or whatever. But these days, I feel like it's like, yeah, now my litmus test these days is like a job that no child, if you ask them, would say, I want to be this when I grow up. You might hear people, I want to be an engineer. Or an astronaut, I want to be a marketing manager. Like, no kid is going to say that.
To be in social media.
I want to be a GDPR specialist. No kid is going to say that. That's how you know it's a bullshit profession. That's how you know it's a bullshit profession.
Because nobody's like pulling into this going, oh my god, this is my life.
Since I was a kid, I wanted to be a GDPR professional. But that's because GDPR professional didn't exist until 10 years ago. Because we've created a society of so much bullshit that we need more bullshit to maintain the bullshit.
Wow.
It's a bullshit arms race.
Man, that's it.
No one was ever called Jimmy Stockbroker.
Jimmy Stock.
Like, no one ever had the surname Johnny Stockbroker.
Johnny Stockbroker.
Oh, I want to be a stockbroker when I grow up. You don't have a soul, Jimmy. Go back to hell.
Yeah. No, but this is really fascinating.
Mm.
But the thing about it is like, so what would we think of as like the newest forms of bullshit? I mean, you know, personalities on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, that's going to be going into the metaverse now because they're starting to talk about this fashion.
Yeah.
Instead of
virtual fashion.
Virtual fashion.
Right.
This is an absolutely wonderful thing, virtual fashion.
I mean, that also existed in like in the multiplayer online games, like customizing your warrior so his plate armor looks cool or whatever.
Yeah, you can pick out the pants that you're going to take off.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's fashion.
But now, I imagine they're going to have like virtual fashion shows in the metaverse, right?
Then,
like catwalks, virtual catwalks.
And then we can have people who are going to talk about the trends of what's happening in fashion right now. And then all the assholes.
Virtual.
Yeah,
Fashion.
I mean, trend. Yeah, I don't know. It's a specific thing. It's a very specific thing. The fashion trends.
You don't mind so much the fashion trends?
I don't know if it's like predicting it more than deciding.
Right. Yeah. It is.
It's like designers. They say, "Well, this like it's like art."
Yeah.
It's like you have to decide.
It's more of a personal sort of feeling thing. It's something that can happen off of feeling versus the idea of somebody saying, "Oh, housing prices."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because it's more there's more of a groupthink that's happening. It's an understandable groupthink, whereas housing prices are sort of, if you think that people are doing groupthink on housing prices, you get afraid. Because that's not really, it's usually not a productive cycle.
You can determine that, though. Like, I don't know, like how they determined the
bubble?
Economic collapse.
Yeah, 2008, yeah.
Like some people knew about it.
Yeah, The Big Short.
Yeah.
I was in the States at that time.
Determine.
The thing that's been weird about it is that I had a lot of clients that were in the business that was associated with mortgage-backed securities. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the people in that movie are people that I've met.
Okay.
Which is really strange. It's like, okay, here's one guy, Anthony, whatever, and that guy's name is. And I'm like, I've had drinks with that too.
Yeah.
And you sort of,
I mean, they picture it in the movie as, normal people. They don't really.
It's the problem with it is the idea.
I mean, they show them from a really
The problem that you have with all those professions, and they are bullshit professions, but the problem is that basically it's like put a stack of money next to anybody who's a good, honest person and watch them become an asshole. And you just basically, all you need to do is say, guess what? Here's a giant stack of money. Now, if you want it, you've got to be an asshole.
Steve Carell and Brad Pitt playing those characters.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I can't get mad at Steve Carell.
No, that's true. It's really hard to get mad at Steve Carell.
Or, Brad Pitt.
Unless you're really like on the side of Angeline.
Yeah, because she did a lot of good charity work. You gotta put it that way.
Yes.
And that was a really bad split.
It was horrible.